One of the key state institutions that played a key role in helping resolve this issue is the Ghana National Fire Service. Now, on June 3, they were there during the fire and flood disaster and tried as much as they could to rescue people. It was led by the Chief Fire Officer himself, Dr. Albert Brown-Gazy, and his personnel who went there swiftly to help reduce the number of deaths that we could have had on our hands as a country. Personnel managed to prevent the fire from spreading to nearby structures, including another filling station that was quite close to the Goyle filling station there at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. A year on, we would want to find out from the Ghana National Fire Service, how prepared are they? God forbid that this happens again. It will not, and we pray it doesn't. But in case there are other similar fire incidents, how prepared is the Ghana National Fire Service to help curb this? We've been joined in studio by D.O. Timothy Osafo Efum. He's the Acting Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. He's going to be having a chit-chat with us on that particular issue. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us. Okay, to start with, how would you as an individual in the service remember June 3?
Well, June 3 was one of the moments in the discharge of our duties that we had to dig deep into our experience to ensure that we're able to save lives and property.
And from then on, what has the service done to ensure that, God forbid, in case there is another major disaster of that magnitude, how swiftly can you go in to save lives?
The swiftness of we responding depends on how quickly the call comes in. So we are always on standby for any emergency. That notwithstanding, as a service, we have done a lot of training a lot of personnel in rescue operations. Unlike previously where we had general training for every firefighter, which means you can fight fires as well as do rescue. But now, based on what happened a year ago, we now have specialized rescue squads in place to effect rescue in such occasions.
This particular issue was quite tricky because this is water and fire, and clearly one would have thought that the water was rather supposed to be quenching the fire, but because of the combination of gas or oil that was there, it became a lot more tricky for many who could have just run away. How or what can be done in trying to salvage or save people in case there is that combination, a kind of combination?
It's going to be very serious for the ordinary person to escape under such circumstances, unless one, you are a swimmer and you are able to swim. But also note that even if you are a swimmer, under such circumstances where you have swift current of water flowing, it becomes difficult then to swim. Even for us who are professionals, we found it very tough in ensuring that the fire was put under control. And so under such circumstances, the best option is to find a place that you will be safe so that you don't get yourself involved. Because if you are even a swimmer, because of the swift current, the water may carry you away.
And these trainings that you talk about, are they centralized here in Accra or just the major cities, or there's a national perspective to it?
There is a national perspective. People were brought from the regions and the district to be trained in that respect. We should know that flood does not only occur at just one place. We have various areas in the country that are prone to flood. And so in getting underway with our training, we put all of these under consideration.
And what would the advice be? And between now and maybe when the rains become heavier, what would the National Service be doing? We know that normally when it comes to rains, it is NADMO and other state institutions that are called upon. But in this case, it looks like your job may also be cut out for you. What would the Fire Service be doing in this regard as rains come in so we can prevent any such disasters?
Thank you very much. We have been educating and we continue to educate people. But the advice we normally give is that if you are in a flood-prone area and there is an alert issue that there is going to be heavy rains, please kindly move from your abode to a place that you'll be safe. After the floods, you can always come back because we believe as a service that there is always more life to live. You don't have to sacrifice your life when there are good times ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm sure as the days roll by, we may be having a lot more such conversations with the National Fire Service and then also NADMO. They are key state institutions to help us know as individuals what role we can also play to prevent a recurrence of June 3 and then also other minor disasters that could be happening either in our neighborhood, our homes, or our communities. Thank you very much for your time and for the education you've given us. What does the DO stand for?
Division Officer.
Division Officer.
Divisional.
Divisional Officer Timothy Osafo Efum. He is the Acting Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service, and he was helping us understand what the fire service is doing in preparation for any major national disaster.